Yo, it's your boy V, and I am back at it like a crack addict. So yeah, on today's video, we are going to be doing an art challenge. This is going to be an art prompt. So basically, I'll be taking 5 artists that my subscribers chose in a poll that I did, and I'll be choosing a random prompt to try push my skills in creating compelling and interesting concept art. So that is the whole point of the video. Now, and first up, we have Vibopop. Vibopop has such dynamic and vibrant artworks. The colors are so beautiful and the line work is fucking gorgeous. This was actually the first time I came across this artist, and I have linked their Twitter account in the description because they make amazing art, and I think you guys should follow them and check it out too. Now, the second one, we have No Straight Roads, a game that was released in 2020. This is a musical game that has gotten a 9 out of 10 on Steam. The style is so unique and distinct that I was like, damn, this could be a very interesting thing to start drawing, you know what I mean? And it's so out of my comfort zone because I've never really drawn characters that look like this, that it's going to be a good thing for me to stretch out my artistic abilities, you know what I mean? This artist has been a huge inspiration for me, and actually he got me into doing like the whole stylized thing, like trying to push my artistic abilities, so shout out to him, you know what I mean? I'll be linking his Instagram in the description. The way he draws his shapes, everything just feels so unique and beautiful, you know what I mean? So I am a huge fan of his, and so he'll be one of the, I'm hoping that I get him in this art challenge because his art is phenomenal. Beautiful shape language, just so stylized and gorgeous. Is Riley Coyote. Their art, I just recently came across this artist. My subscribers plugged me with him as well. So his art style is very stylized and has, I don't know, the way he renders out the skin is just beautiful, you know what I'm saying? And the lighting is just gorgeous. So yeah, I will have to I have to come back to this and actually, do a few studies on this artist because this is phenomenal work. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, that's Riley Coyote. Mevo has, I don't know, this art is just so beautiful, like the painting style that they have, the shape language, everything just feels so vibrant and alive, you know what I mean? Like, this is just gorgeous, and I actually came across this artist on Pinterest very recently, so chances are I am going to go back to this and I will do some studies on this because the shape language and the colors is just all so beautiful, you know what I mean? So yeah, they are one of the artists that we will be spinning the wheel on, and so now let's get to that. We are going to spin the wheel. I won't lie, I am praying that I get Ben Albin or Vibopop. I don't know, the art just seems so good. So we are gonna get number 2. Woo! Yeah. So now the art style we're gonna be doing is No Straight Roads, right? And we got Honesty Eagle Woman. Okay. Okay, so now I collected a few images to get together so that we can get a really good idea of what the concept art is going to be, right? So hear me out here. Now, when you think about honesty, I think of the Lady Justice statues, right? So I took a few inspiration and I got a few images of the statue. Now I'm trying to think of open body language for honesty, you know what I mean? So yeah, I thought of putting the blindfold on the character, but then probably scrapped that a little later. So now I was looking at beautiful women, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. But yeah, so now the eagle's design, because I was thinking either A, the eagle was going to be a pet, or B, it was going to be like an eagle fusion. right? And what else is honest? Like angels, right? So I started looking at angelic pictures and all that, because yeah, angels, pictures, honesty, it fits together, is what I'm trying to say, right? So yeah, that was a basic real life reference. So now, yeah, we go on to the study of the art style, I guess. No Straight Roads has a lot of vibrant colors and it has different color schemes, right? So this particular one has a lot of warm colors and it's, yeah, like warm pinks and a lot of warm oranges. And I was either gonna go for this or another picture that I saw. I think it was like a promotional image of one of its bosses where like he's in space. He's a space DJ. I don't know what it is. I haven't played the game, but that looked really sick. Especially the sky. I'm gonna take that and put that into my own artwork. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just color picking all the colors and all that. And yeah. Now for buildings, because I wanted to have the character standing over a huge city. So now there's perfect reference from the game as well, you know. So now I'm just looking at backgrounds in terms of color and all that. So just to get that going, right? Now looking at the shape language and colors of the actual characters, I was going to use Mayday, the main character, as the basis of my character, you know, all the anatomy and all that. So yeah, getting the shape language right is very nice. And I noticed most of the images have a grainy effect on it, so that's for later on though, and we're gonna do that, you know what I mean? So yeah, now I'm just really spitballing at this point, trying to get like the line art right and the shape language of the art style, so that, you know, it's a little bit more coherent. Damn, English ran away for a second there. But yeah, now I'm just trying to spitball. This was the hardest part, kind of, because just trying to get an idea down and like studying the reference, especially for a style like this, was a little difficult. But yeah, at the end we got there and yeah, we started moving forward, I guess. Alright, now we're gonna start doing the sketching. And yeah, this is gonna be a montage. I'm probably gonna like really like crunch this down, because yikes, this was the hardest part of this. I really did sweat. So yeah, you're gonna enjoy like a whole montage of this, because yeah, this was the most frustrating and difficult part of this whole process. Just getting a feel for the shape language and all that, trying to get it right, you know what I'm saying? This was the most difficult part. I tried new body structures and all that, but yeah, this was the part of the video where I was thinking to myself, why am I even doing this? This is so fucking difficult, you know what I mean? But then this is where I got the idea for the fusion of the eagle and the character, and that's where it spawned everything, really. So yeah, this was the most difficult part and I really hated it. So yeah, trying to get the shapes right and all that shit, just it was such a pain. God damn. But yeah, at some point something clicked for me and I started getting like a really good idea for what I wanted the character to look like, what the character was going to feel like and all that shit. So yeah, this took a while. This was genuinely the hardest part and I hated this part, I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, I crunched it down as best as I could so that, you know, this video wouldn't be like that. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, was what I needed. The pose, everything was beautiful. So now, I think this was the next day or something, I started refining the sketch that I really liked, trying to get everything, like all the shapes down and all that shit. And yeah, it started to flow better and actually started looking better, you know what I mean? So yeah, I wanted a very victorious pose of almost like a battle angel, because, you know, it goes with the prompt really well, you know what I'm saying? So getting the shape language right was a little bit difficult, but then at the end, I think I got a pretty good handle of it all, really. But yeah, I'm really happy with this pose. Everything about it, really. was really happy with it, because it's so surprising that what really does help is when you're struggling with an art piece, stepping away from it for a little while really does help. Because when I came back and I made this, I was so happy with this. So yeah, now we have to get the props that the character's going to be carrying. So I decided to give her a sword, and I don't know what that thing is called. I'll probably name it in the after like editing everything. But then it's that scale thingy that the Lady Justice has. I think there's a proper name for it, but I feel like it's just a scale or something. I don't know. And I gave her a stern facial expression too. So now, just getting the wings right and trying to use very simple shapes, because that's what the style has. You know what I mean? And yeah. Now, this is the fun part. Is I've started sketching in all the skin of the character. Now this is how I try to. This is really just my process in like when I draw. So yeah, I first started with the skin holder and like getting all the places where all her skin is, right? So yeah, I paint that in first. Then pretty much goes on painting in all the wings and all that. Just getting everything done and right is that's really the fun part and the therapeutic part, really. Just starting off with placing all the flats and getting all the shapes right and all that. That's like the really fun part of this whole process, honestly. Now I decided to give her gold and white color palettes. So most of her clothing was going to be golden and white. Then she would have like, yeah, it gives off the royal, like a royal on. I don't want to say honesty, but then it gives off a very royal and regal feeling to the drawing, you know, for this character. Maybe this character is a boss in the game, but it's a musical game, so you know, she does kind of feel out of place, but stylistically she doesn't, you know, in terms of like the style of all the characters, you know. So yeah, I decided to give her like navy blue. Yeah. So now at this point of the process, I've got all the flats down. Now I'm trying to get like different color variations. You understand? So yeah. Now I don't know why, but I started focusing on the background first. You know. So I wanted her to be overlooking the entire city. So yeah, I started shaping out the buildings and all that. And yeah, I have phenomenal reference from this one picture, and I was just like, damn, you know, let me just use this while I can, you know what I mean? So yeah, just getting all the buildings down right, and getting like the background buildings too. I didn't really have much trouble with this part specifically. This was really the easy part, honestly, and honestly the most fun. You know what I mean? So just getting the funky colors right and giving them that nice neon pink rim lights, that was really a lot of fun. And then yeah, getting all the glows of the buildings, of course, using a screen layer and a color burn layer, that really does help. It just brings out and pops everything out so much more. You know what I mean? Now onto the sky. The sky, I felt like it was going to be a little bit of a hassle to do, but then I was like, nah, I was honestly up for the challenge, you know. So I was using all the colors that were shown in the reference image, and yeah, I tried using one of Kyle's, was it Kyle's? I'm not really sure, but then like a paint brush, like to give it more depth and more of that grainy feeling, you know, of all the constellations and shit in the sky, you know what I mean? And then I decided to give her a very cinematic spotlight. So yeah, giving her that spotlight was a very good idea in my opinion, you know. Just gives it a more cinematic feel to it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I gave her that whole spotlight situation, and now we actually jump from the background to rendering her out. So first I decided to give a very painterly skin shading. That was the first layer of the shading, right? And then that's when I started doing the more rigid shading. So like it was like different values, you know, and I decided to try and make the shading a little bit more geometric in my approach, because yeah, I don't know why, but it's sticking on me, the whole geometric shading type thing. I don't know, it's kind of sticking onto me, you know what I mean? And yeah, trying to get all the shapes right and getting all the shading right, that's the most satisfying part for me, if I'm being honest. And yeah, now I started trying to get like the gold feeling in her clothing by starting off with a very dark purple in the shading of the gold. And then yeah, I decided to take most of it off of the clothing, because the clothing isn't really solid gold, more like a golden fabric, you know. Then I started painting in all the shadings for the different clothing parts and all that. And yeah, that was see, this is the most relaxing part of this entire process, if I'm genuinely being honest with you. So yeah, now from this part, this is when I started trying to work on like the shine of the gold on her, you know. So using a lasso tool, the lasso tool is very useful in this, like trying to get geometric shapes. Now using the gold tool, I think it was the layer that I used for it was the color burn, probably the color burn, I'm not really sure, but then it gives it that mysterious and magical kind of glow to the gold, and I think that just makes it all just beautiful, you know what I mean? So yeah, now just giving it a nice rim light from the spotlight. I used the lasso tool, getting that shit right, and then choosing the right layer for the glowing parts. It was a little difficult, but then I landed up on color burn or linear burn, I'm not really sure, but then it just gave it more of a beautiful, mysterious type look, you know what I mean? So yeah, now I finished all that and I started to make stylized stars in the sky. I think that's really cute. It's a very cutesy style, I won't lie. It's a very cutesy style. So yeah, went back to rendering the sky again, and yeah, gave it a little bit more detail just to make it look a lot nicer. Now, what I noticed in the art is that there are a few some of the lines in the art has like, it looks a little bit messy, but then it's an intentional thing. So then that's why I decided to go in and make a few lines that just stick out of the character and all that. So then I went back to the file to create a grain layer, or making a little bit of grain in the layer, because it gives it a more realistic feeling, you know what I mean? I don't know, that's a very charming thing, especially in most arts that has that noise filter, because it just gives it a little bit more charm to it, you know what I mean? It gives it more feeling. It doesn't make everything just feel so flat. That's what I noticed in most of the images that I used for this for the study. And yeah, so I went back to put it in, and yeah, that's the last process really. So to give a quick rundown of this entire art study and this prompt challenge is might be catch and flu or something, but yeah, this was a very enjoyable challenge. As an artist, I learned that I can stretch my artistic abilities to learn how to do different styles. Like, this is, I think the biggest benefit out of doing this is learning how to study prompts and how to study different art better, to try break it down to its finer, more intricate details, to try and see what makes a specific piece of art that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that was the real focus of all of this, trying to figure out what made this style so unique and so good, you know? And yeah, I think in that regard, I think I did pretty well. You guys can let me know how this art piece came out. I'm pretty happy with it, but yeah, I would really like to know what you guys think about the entire art piece. You guys could even give it a rating. I would really appreciate that, and I'm always open to crit. So if you have some crit, please leave it down in the description. And if you guys have any critique of my work, please leave it down in the comments below. Let me know what I could do better, what wasn't really hit in terms of like the style and all that. I would definitely appreciate that from you guys. Yeah. So a few shout outs. She really did help me like in the making of this video. She really did help me in terms of like finding the right art style, and yeah, helping me just make the drawing. So yeah, please follow her on Instagram because yeah, she makes amazing art. So yeah, thank you so much for the help. And yeah, I will be shouting out some I'll be shouting out some subscribers in each of my videos. So yeah, leave a comment below and I'll be shouting you guys out. For like all the people that engage with my videos and all that, we'll be shouting you guys out, and we'll even be doing some subscriber things with you guys. But that's for later. That's for next week. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the engagement. So guys, please, if you're not subscribed, please just give your boy a sub. You know what I'm saying? Give your boy a sub. You see, I'm not dropping trash. I told you guys, I'm not going to be dropping trash. So yeah, give your boy a sub. Leave a like on the video because that will really help in pushing this channel forward. And yeah, as I always say to you guys, do good and be kind. Catch you on the next one.